Morning. Welcome back to Morning Qigong. It is Wednesday, January the 27th. This is the Levy Tai Chi School. I am, of course, Lao Shi Paul Nettles, and no, it is not snowing behind me. The camera is struggling with all this dark. It is actually looking kind of stormy out there, but hopefully that'll settle down soon. Outside this morning because A, I need it, and B, I have washer and dryer and cats going inside, so I figured even though it's a little cool, it might be worth getting outside and boosting my play this morning. So we're going to perform the Bod Wan Gien, of course, as always, and I say that not in a facetious manner, as always. I was thinking about something this morning, another piece of my own life here that you might find interesting. We in the West, when we go to the doctor for medication, we're often given an injection, which is a one-shot deal, no pun intended, or we're given medication that we're told to take for a day or two or whatever, and we're finished. It's done. The military calls that fire and forget. You take a pill, you're finished. You get an injection, you're finished. And the illness goes away. And then there's some other things, other problems we can have where, for instance, an infection. You go to the doctor gives you a bottle full of pills and says, take these until they're gone. And that's a little more like Qigong for us. Qigong is medicine in a mental, physical way. It's not a pharmaceutical, it's a cure, it's a healing thing. If you take Qigong once, you may get some small benefit from it, certainly. But in the same way antibiotics are designed to be taken well after you feel good, Qigong is meant to be taken, used, applied all the time. Qigong is more like a multivitamin. Qigong is a cumulative effect. It builds on itself. The joy of it is that unlike things like multivitamins or certain medications, if you take too much Qigong, if you do it daily, if you keep doing it on and on and on, your body doesn't ever dump the excess. There's no extra Qigong. There's no extra benefit. It's all stays, it's all cumulative, it all builds up. So, like that antibiotic metaphor, if you have an infection, for instance, and you take antibiotics for 3 or 4 days and you feel better, and you stop, you've done yourself no good. In fact, you've done yourself harm because it'll come back, the infection will come back stronger and faster and hit you even harder, and you got to take stronger antibiotics. I have had experience in my life where I have had very hard setbacks, and I have said to myself, well, I need to meditate, I need to do something like that. And I had not meditated, in months or years. And it was like throwing a vitamin pill against the flu. It was useless. It was pointless. I was wasting my time. This is not something that you fire and forget. This is not a do it one time and you're finished kind of a thing. Don't fall in that trap of thinking that you can just do it a few times and you're done. The effect is there. It's permanent. It's not going to leave. This is something you stay with. This is your multivitamin. This is your insulin. That's actually a very good metaphor. This bolsters your system, mental and physical. The physical effects are obvious. Flexibility, better breathing, lower heart rate, which improves blood pressure and so forth. Less nervous effect in the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. But it's a mental medication. It gives you focus, and it gives you clarity, and it gives you calm. It levels out the peaks and troughs. But you've got to stay with it. Like any kind of medication like that, like insulin, you don't just take it and stop. Not to imply we're sick. We're not sick. We're simply bolstering our system. And so as you begin your Qigong, as you proceed through your Qigong, as you stay with it for weeks and months, remind yourself that the effects, much like multivitamins or insulin, might not be that obvious. You're not going to see radical changes like you would, say, with an opioid or some other super strong medication, a sleeping agent. You're not going to see a massive instant effect. What you're going to see is a long-term, slow build gain. And that's the good thing. That's the best kind of effect in the body. We weren't designed for rapid changes like that. Those slow, gradual, cumulative effects are healthy and helpful and good. So stick with your form. Stick with it. And take your vitamins. Let's begin with our first sow, and we'll see if the camera's white balance and exposure settings can recover from today's sunshine and cold. It is kind of cold. There we go. That's better. A little bit. Not quite there. Looks a little surreal. First sow. Let me move the camera and see if we can't fix. That's going to be very distracting to anybody trying to watch the video. Let's try this instead. Lifting the heavens. gazes backward.
stars fall to earth.
heavens and earth. Breathe in. Quan Ti sits on his throne. Quan Ti sits on his throne. here. One more. Friends, that dark blue patch that you see out there is some kind of a front coming through. It is extremely damp and very, very cold all of a sudden. So I'm going to cut this short, hop inside and warm up. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time. Thank you for being here with me. I sincerely appreciate it. As always, stay safe.